we can get into Ubisoft if you want, because this is pretty much going to be the bulk of our show now, right? I mean, we didn't talk about Gearbox, and we talked a little bit about Devolver. So Ubisoft had their big Ubisoft Forward. I was actually quite surprised in a good way with their event today. I really liked a lot of the things that I didn't think I was going to like. We talked about Far Cry at the top of the show. Looked great. Riders Republic surprisingly gave me those SSX vibes, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I just like, man, I've really wanted a new SSX game for a long time. And Riders Republic, and I know Steep is on Game Pass right now, so and it's by that team, so I might try Steep to see if Riders Republic is going to be worth it. I know they're different games, but the gist of the game is there, so I kind of want to try it out. But let's talk about this pre-show. I've been hearing a lot of things about this pre-show.
Do we have to?
Yeah.
Yes, we have to talk about how I don't know if the audio was just the way I was streaming it, but I think one of the big things we want to just address the elephant in the room is that those weird screensaver intros while we were waiting in between sections where it's just visuals of someone riding a horse or driving a car or a drone.
Riding a drone.
Yep. Almost hitting a building, and a plane that sounded like a wet fart, stuff like that.
Man, the only two things I saw for the pre-show were Ed texted me super early, and he's like, Ninja Turtles are coming to Brawlhalla. I'm like, cool. What's Brawlhalla? He's like, it's that Ubisoft game. I'm like, clearly, because this is the Ubisoft show.
He's so descriptive.
I know.
Be nice to him, okay? We picked him apart yesterday.
I know, dude. This pre-show snack chat was just, man. I asked him about the chili dog or the Chicago style hot dog thing last night, and he's like, sometimes you just want a good hot dog. I'm like, okay, I don't. Then we talked about 1,000 other things, because I think, side tangent, next weekend, him and I are going to do a lot of rewatches and watch-alongs, I think, just because he's missing all this because he has to work. So, and anybody's welcome to join us if you want. But, yeah, I saw the Ninja Turtles thing. I'm like, they look good. Like, I liked the reveal, very 80s, 90s cartoon reveal, which is what I got from that side-scrolling beat-em-up that's coming out soon, too. Why are the Turtles getting crossovers with everything right now, by the way?
Yeah.
It's like, it's awesome, but I'm like, make a damn Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
Give me a good, open world, a Metroid-style Turtles game.
So I think part of it, though, is that they are trying to get another Ninja Turtles movie funded.
Nobody did. It's coming to Netflix. Seth Rogen is producing it and writing it.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
But then they're even wanting to do another animated series too.
Yeah, because the last one they did was terrible.
So to get that, though, they're trying to build more value into the brand.
Yeah, I know Seth Rogen is doing a Turtles. I don't remember if it's a movie or a show that's geared more. It's geared more towards people our age who watched it when you were little, but have the adult sensibilities of like, oh, Michelangelo's a stoner. He's probably going to smoke weed in this. I don't know.
He's making a CG animated reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
Oh.
That should be
coming out next year, or coming out in 2 years on August 11th.
Great.
I feel like we're seeing a whole slew of more TV show really crossover from games versus all the really crappy movies we've been getting over the years. So hopefully we can see a better transition from games to cinema, or however you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it's because Hollywood doesn't necessarily know how to take on video games. I mean, The Witcher's been the first real series that's kind of opened the doors as of late. But then Mythic Quest is the #1 show on Apple TV Plus, outbeating some seriously good shows that Oscar M. Night Shyamalan had some stuff on it, and yet Mythic Quest beat that. I think people want more of that binge mentality of give me something that I can watch on a weekly basis. I mean, the MCU's been trying it, and it's been working wonders for Disney Plus. So, I mean, it's a good model to go after, and it's an untapped market. I mean, it's a shame that we don't have a Zelda show yet.
Oh, my heart.
So, okay, another side tangent. Here we go, guys. Zelda show. I have a great idea for a Zelda show. And it does not involve Link at all. I think it should revolve around...
You talked about this the other day. What did we talk about this
It should revolve around the politics and betrayal of Princess Zelda and the king and Ganon and his thief army or whatever. It'd be very I guess...
Game of Thronesy?
Yeah, but I haven't watched Game of Thrones, so I don't know really. But
he's one of those people.
I am. You know what, Logan? Just because you said it like that, I'm going to tell you that I'm proud to be one of those people.
Well, and if anyone read my thing, I've got a good idea for a Mario movie.
It's the politics of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
And the betrayal of Princess Peach with the king. And Bowser's army and all of that.
Auditor 450 with the comment of the night. So Zelda with incest?
Link could be your brother. You don't know.
Who would you want to play Zelda? Give me an actor or an actress.
Gilbert Gottfried.
It's so I said.
On that note, though, Jeff Goldblum as Ganon.
Ooh.
That could be cool.
Because
I always thought,
first,
honestly, Dave Bautista would make a good...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, in terms of the way Nintendo is going, if they ever did one, how they would want it to go, it would be, kind of kid-friendly. And, if you add it, they would add some sort of comedy to it. It wouldn't be the show that we would want it to be, right? It would just, but Jeff Goldblum could be, this really weird version of Ganon who thinks he's funny and becomes a meme and, that kind of thing.
Did you see my thing, Corey, that I had posted about the Mario movie?
I did not.
I was just joking. You guys were talking about movies, about the Mario movie on one of the shows. Mm-hmm. I think it was Boss Rush, and that I had made this whole thing up that in another universe. Seth Rogen made the Mario movie, and it was him, and he played Mario, and then it was
I remember you saying this.
Yeah, and that the whole movie was them tripping on mushrooms, and they had to beat their alternate their dark side, their evil side of them, which is Wario and Waluigi.
Yeah,
and I think that would actually be a kind of an actual adult Mario movie would be kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't know. To answer your question though, Logan, who would have played Zelda? I don't know who I would want to play Zelda, but for some reason I see Amanda Seyfried playing Zelda for some reason.
Oh my gosh, I was just thinking that. I'm no lie. I was like, who's that person from Mean Girls?
Yeah.
I was thinking about Kinsey Davis. She would be a really good one too. She was in That Awkward Moment. I'm looking through her IMDb right now. She was in what was that one this past fall with Kristen Stewart?
the lesbian Christmas movie.
Yeah,
that movie was really good. That came off way worse than it was supposed to.
Should I Google that lesbian Christmas movie?
I mean
it'll probably
would come up.
Make sure Safe Search is on.
No, that takes the fun out of it.
Oh gosh.
She would be really cool because there's a couple of good options there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go. There's a lot of good actresses out there that that could probably.
Right, Olivia Rodrigo.
Who?
Olivia Rodrigo.
Who the heck is that? All right.
While he's looking that up, you know who else is a ginger that I think would make a good Ganondorf? Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, he would be awesome.
What about Michael Rosenbaum?
Well,
as what? As is like a comedy version of canon?
Yeah, comedy version. Yeah.
All right, so hopefully
Please,
Nintendo was
roles,
listening to this.
Yes, Nintendo and Netflix, you can have that one for free. All we want you to do is say that your show is sponsored by this show. We'll give it to you for free. I'll send you assets. Logan can do a thing. I don't know. He has a good voice for promotion. I don't know.
Better. I mean, there's always Willem Dafoe
God.
as Ganondorf.
I feel like he would play the king.
But that's typecasting Willem Dafoe at this point.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Anyways, Ubisoft pre-show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what.
Well, that pre-show. You didn't watch it, right, Corey?
No, the only two things I saw were the Ninja Turtles thing, which I don't know if that was part of the pre-show or just some kind of weird thing beforehand.
No,
and then
that was part of the pre-show.
I saw like 3 minutes of Eivor riding a horse in the snow, and I was like,
Well, you watched the pre-show then.
"Oh, cool."
So the way it was set up is baffling to me. You have a whole hour scheduled, and so they'll have like, here's a 2-minute PR piece of like, hey, we're Ubisoft, we're doing cool things, and then we're going to show literal 5 minutes of a character and For Honor walking slowly, nothing happening. You're watching leaves fall, maybe someone on a horse ride spot, nothing. Then that'll go out and you have a 2-minute trailer for something, Brawlhalla, and now you're going to watch someone riding a drone slowly, nothing happening for 5 whole minutes, and then it's going to cut to like another 2-minute trailer, and now you're going to watch a plane fly through the air for 5 minutes slowly.
No exaggeration. Block is describing it perfectly, by the way.
Nothing happening, and what was also really baffling to us was a lot of the content we found out has already been on their YouTube channel for weeks.
Yeah.
And so they had this accessibility thing, which was pretty cool. It was nice. It was, we're trying to make our games more accessible to people. You can, change the font. You can change like the cursors in a game. You can make the map look a little bit different. And we're all for that. It's great. And then they're like, go to our YouTube channel to view this video. It's the one thing that they're like, we're being accessible. Just go find it somewhere on the internet. We don't give you the link. Go find it on YouTube. They don't say our YouTube. They don't say any. It's just go find it on YouTube.
No
keyword. And so we go looking for it on YouTube. And we're like, okay, there's the For Honor thing. There's the Brawlhalla thing. There's nothing for accessibility. It's there from like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But it's so like, did they have to do that for a pre-show? Could they have just cut out like 10 minutes of actual content and tacked it on to the other hour that they had? And then I could have spent the other 50 minutes playing an actual game.
Yeah.
So that's the pre-show.
And Logan said it, like, it was like a pacing issue, I feel, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, historically, though, Ubisoft's always kind of struggled with pacing.
Yeah.
I mean,
since they got rid of Aisha Tyler, their pacing has been bad.
Exactly.
The thing is when you've got games like Siege and, there's still people out there playing a lot of their games and streaming it, I feel like they could literally like just go and like post streamers playing their games or something, like anything, like just something in between, like something that's actually worth like that's entertaining, or someone actually doing something in between.
And I pointed out when we were watching it, there's a part where one of the drones, a woman riding a drone, and it comes dangerously close to hitting a building, and it doesn't. And so that tells me that somebody at some point programmed that whole video. Like, it's not just some random video, like, oh, okay. Like, someone sat down and made the route that they fly through, and then watched it. And they were like, this is good. I'm getting a paycheck.
We're good.
To do
Hey,
this. And
hey
then they
Tom,
posted-
you got that? You got that drone shot? Yeah, got
We
it.
came so close.
We're using it. Using it.
We
like-
came so close to hitting that building.
Like, it was so close. Like, that would have made my day. It would have made the whole hour worth it.
They could
They
have.
hit the building and they crashed, and something would have happened.
Maybe Snowdrop has destructibility now, and they fly the drone into the building, and it just breaks the window or something.
Crumbles.
That would have been a day one purchase for me. I don't just saying that. What also hurt though that's E3 gets kicked off. Like, E3 started, and every year it's like, oh, E3, we're so excited, and so no matter what it is, it's the first thing. So, like, we're all excited. We're hungry for games. We're hungry for something. And then they start out with that.
Yeah.
Of, like, For Honor and drones just slowly moving. It lit out the air of this balloon of excitement.
Yeah.
That when the actual show started, I'm still reeling from, like, this boring ass thing that I just watched.
Like they could have put like they showed the Ninja Turtles thing, which was cool, but then they could have moved like the new season of Siege in there for players to watch, right? Like things that already exist out there that they're adding stuff to. Like they could have, like the pre-show could have been Ninja Turtles, it could have been the new season of Siege, and it could have been the Assassin's Creed DLC, and then they could have moved into the show and like you could have done the Siege new season of Siege and the new operator, and then you could have transitioned into the main show into Extraction, right? I think that would have been like a really good transition, except for like I don't understand why you didn't put the two Rainbow Six things together. Like as a producer, I feel like that's something you should know is like, hey, we're going to transition from Extraction into the new operator, or show, you know what I mean? Or like do the operator first and then show the new operator in Extraction, because they're using the same operators from Siege, right? That's like the idea.
Yeah.
But see, like I don't blame Ubisoft too much for this one. This is a weird year. Like normally, the pre-show they would have the different developers talking about those moments. So if we're introducing the Ninja Turtles into Brawlhalla, we have 10 minutes about, hey, this is everything you're going to be able to play with this. Here's why we're doing this now. Here's the inspiration behind it. And so, I mean, this year I'm not going to blame Ubisoft for it. And I also think that they thought, and this is kind of how I was too, is that you're not going to get a majority of your audience watching the pre-show. A lot of people are going to tune in at 1:55 or whatever it is in your time zone, and they're going to watch the main show at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I actually thought this was one of their better shows in recent years. Outside of the pre-show, like I thought the pacing was okay, except for I felt like the Extraction stuff was a little long, but I understand it's like really the only new game that they're showing besides Mario Rabbids, right?
It's one of their biggest money makers as well. And with esports continuing to grow, you need to be able to showcase that stuff so that tournaments can plan for later in the year.
Yeah. All right. So
one thing sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, if I could say one more thing about the pre-show, and unfortunately it was probably like halfway through it, right, Block, or at some point much later, so it took a while. I did like how they did present 3 indie titles. I don't think I'll play them, but I'm big on indie games, and the first one I didn't even know how to pronounce. It's called Dorf Romantic.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean
that is.
I don't.
Dorf Romantic. It's like kind of like a build your own environment, but it's meant to be like a puzzle as well. So they claim it's relaxing. I would probably get stressed out because I'm very competitive, but it looks cool. I might not buy it, but it looks cool. Another one was Bravery Network Online. That's a turn-based battle strategy game. Then the last one, I'm not sure if I'll end up actually buying it, but I think it was hilarious. It's called You Suck at Parking.
Yeah, that looks hilarious.
I really wish someone from Boston, from where I am, with a thick Boston accent to talk about this game.
Oh, this is so funny.
You drive around, you park your car, you suck at parking. But, yeah.
It reminded me of this. I've not played it, but I've had it from PlayStation Plus for years. This game Roundabout. You seen that? It's like a car that's just spinning around repeatedly, and you're trying to navigate the streets. That's what it reminded me of. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think Dwarf Romantic, unless they showed a new one, I think that's already that game. I thought that game came out like last year already.
It was.
They
It's
Or
on.
2
basically
years
had
ago.
a partial release, and then they're planning on a full
okay.
release with adding
Okay.
Switch and adding mobile.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I was like, God, I've heard about that a long time ago, but yeah, that makes sense, because now that you mention, I think it was like one of those early access type kind of thing. But,
Yeah, it's always good to see these bigger companies kind of push some indies. It's sometimes you get so overwhelmed by these big, huge AAA games, right? That these companies kind of forget about the little guys. EA's been pretty good about doing this too. So
yeah,
say what you want about EA and their FIFA card packs and their Star Wars garbage, but they do pretty good with the indie side of things. So
yeah.
well,